in the grand theater of history, where the powerful script their tragedies and the people are left to improvise the farce, there is nothing new under the sun. Unprecedented riots in the fevered summer of 2020, branded fiery but mostly peaceful, mere echoes of a far hotter inferno that scorched America's cities 5 decades ago. Welcome to the Stateless Standard, where we dismantle the myths of the state with the cold light of reason and a healthy dose of cynicism for those who wield power like a blunt instrument. Today, we dissect the long, hot summer of 1967, a saga of urban fury, statist blunders, and the inexorable backlash that propelled a law and order charlatan to the White House. I'll be your guide, shining our golden torch on the shadows of coercion. Now let's begin. Picture this. It's the mid-1960s, and the American dream, for the stateless anyway, has curdled into a nightmare of red tape, welfare traps, and blue-line brutality. The ghettos, those petri dishes of poverty cultivated by decades of statist meddling, begin to boil. Our prologue starts not in 67, but 64 in Harlem, where the spark that lit the fuse feels ripped from yesterday's headlines. July 16, 1964. A building superintendent, irked by black teens lounging on his stoops, unleashes a hose and allegedly slurs. The kids retaliate with trash lids and bottles. Chaos ensues. Enter off-duty cop Lieutenant Thomas Gilligan, who fires 3 shots at 15-year-old James Powell. 1 warning, 2 hits to the arm and gut. Gilligan swears the boy had a knife, Powell's priors, jaywalking on the subway, and a smashed car window. Hardly the profile of a menace, but in the eyes of the state, 1 dead black man is just another statistic to file away. The aftermath? A week of rage, 1 dead, 118 injured, 465 cuffed. Harlem erupts, and the template is set. Police violence begets mob fury, which the media spins into unrest while ignoring the root rot of Jim Crow's lingering chains and LBJ's Great Society that chained communities to dependency. From Rochester to Watts, Philadelphia to Cleveland, the fires spread like a virus of despair. But 67? That's when the pot boils over. 159 riots that summer alone. Over 85 dead, 2,100 wounded, 11,000 arrested, and tens of millions in shattered glass and looted dreams. Coincidence? Or the inevitable harvest of a system that promises equality through edicts and delivers only more enforcers? Chapter 1, The Inferno Proper. We open in Cincinnati, June 67. The trigger? A protest over the arrest of Peter Frakes, cousin to the convicted Cincinnati Strangler. Frakes blocks a sidewalk, gasp, and gets pinched, while today's highway blockers get a parade permit from the very same overlords. The rally spirals. 1 dead, 63 hurt, 404 hauled off, 2 million in damage. National Guard rolls in like the cavalry they pretend to be, quelling the chaos with bayonets and tear gas. Educational aside, this wasn't random anarchy. It was the people's improvised rebellion against a justice system rigged for the powerful. The state convicts the strangler but crushes the kin. Classic class warfare, statist edition. But Newark? That's the gut punch. A city gutted by white flight and factory exodus, left as a husk for the politicians to virtue signal over. July 12th, cops John DeSimone and Vito Pontrelli pummel black cabbie John Smith after he supposedly swings first. Rumors fly, Smith's beaten to death. A crowd swells outside the precinct. Bricks fly, clubs swing. Was it the mob or the badges who escalated? Witnesses disagree, but we know the script. The state, ever the aggressor, cries victim when the boot meets resistance. The march for justice turns to mayhem. Windows smashed, liquor stores sacked, firebombs lobbed. 6 days of hell, 26 dead. Civilians sucks, even a cop and firefighter. 727 injured, 10 million in rubble. Newark never fully rebuilds. It's a scar on the American facade, a reminder that when the state starves a community, the flames consume what's left. Cynical truth. The looters weren't saints, but who plants the seeds of desperation? Not the free market, that's the anarcho-capitalist's creed, but the cronies who choke it with regulations and taxes. Detroit, though. Detroit, the Motor City's meltdown from July 23rd to 28. Dawn raid on a blind pig, that's bootlegger slang for an unlicensed speakeasy, hosting a welcome home bash for 2 Vietnam vets. 82 revelers, mostly black, arrested en masse. The doorman, William Scott III, chucks a bottle. By afternoon, a grocery burns. Local press? They play possum, hoping silence starves the beast. Tigers star Willie Horton in uniform, pleads from atop his car, "Stop this!" Bricks rain on him like judgment. Day 2, pandemonium. 483 fires, 231 an hour. 1,800 arrests in 24 hours. Black-owned Hardee's drugstore, a credit lifeline for the poor, reduced to ash. Snipers pick off firefighters. Even Congressman John Conyers, megaphone in hand, eats a barrage of bottles. The toll. At least 43 dead. Wait, 43? Wait, archives whisper 43, but the official line caps at 23, including 4-year-old Tanya Blanding, caught in the crossfire of a war not of her making. Property? 40 million torched, 300 million today. The Black Business District? Gutted, because in the welfare state's grand design, entrepreneurship is for the elite, not the oppressed. Milwaukee caps the summer, 4 dead, 100 hurt, 1,740 cuffed over a catfight turned crowd. Mere broken windows, 500,000 in damage, petty by comparison, but proof the fever was national. Educational nugget. These weren't race riots in isolation. They were class revolts against a leviathan that policed poverty while subsidizing the suburbs. The statist powerful, cops, mayors, feds, fanned the flames, then blamed the victims. How Austrian? Intervention breeds distortion. Distortion breeds crisis. Crisis breeds more intervention. Intermission? Hardly. Spring '68, Martin Luther King Jr. falls to an assassin's bullet, and the nation ignites anew. Washington, D.C. first, April 4th, led by Stokely Carmichael's crew who shatter windows in mourning. The Black Business District? Devastated, rubble until the 90s. Chicago, 11 dead, 500 wounded, 10 million in scars. Baltimore, Governor Spiro Agnew, yes, that Spiro, deploys thousands of troops overnight, earning Nixon's nod as VP. Riots ripple to Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Louisville, and more. New York, Mayor Lindsay talks poverty in Harlem, quelling the storm with words. RFK saves Indy with rhetoric. James Brown concerts Boston to bed. Minor compared to '67? Perhaps. But the pattern? Lawlessness as electoral kindling. The '68 Democratic Convention clashes, the cherry on the chaos cake. Result, Nixon sweeps in on law and order, a dog whistle for more cops, more cages, more state. Pandemic backdrop, then 200,000 flu dead. Sound familiar? The riots didn't just burn buildings, they incinerated liberty, paving Nixon's path to '72's landslide. Cynical as ever, the people rage against the machine, and the machine replies with a stronger grip. Libertarian lesson. Unrest isn't the disease, it's the symptom of a body politic poisoned by coercion. Epilogue. Every action begs reaction, Newton's law or no. Enter the Hard Hat Riot, May 8, 1970, New York. A blue-collar backlash to the elite's excesses. Kent State, 4 students gunned by guardsmen. Hippies and co-eds protest, 400 swell to 1,000. But 200 hard hats, construction warriors waving flags, charge in, numbers doubling with office drones. Fists fly at long ears. They storm City Hall, yanking the flag from half-mast to full salute. A postal worker joins the hoist. Catholics target the Episcopal Church next. Sectarian spice in the stew. Mayor Lindsay? He blasts the rioters and the inactive cops. Union phones ring 20-1 pro-hard hat. Follow-ups denounce Lindsay as commie rat. May 20, 150,000 pro-war marchers parade unmolested, ticker tape by workers. Peter Brennan, Trades Council chief and Nixon hawk, gifts the Prez a hard hat. Labor Day powwow seals it. Brennan bags Secretary of Labor, Nixon the '72 blowout. What binds these blasts? Electoral tinder. The hard hats weren't saints. Violence begets violence. But they were the working stiffs flipping off the ivory tower agitators and their statist enablers. In 20, we saw racial political fusion. No hard hat echo yet. But Americans' patience? It's elastic, not infinite. History rhymes, Twain said. Expect the verse. So the long, hot summer, a mirror to our statist sins, where the powerful pit the people against each other, then swoop in as saviors. From Harlem's hose to Detroit's inferno, it's the tale of a republic rotting from regulatory roots. At the Stateless Standard, we champion the anarcho-capitalist cure. Free markets for the many, not fiat favors for the few. Ditch the state, build voluntary order. Like this dive into history's underbelly? Smash subscribe, ring the bell. Our golden torch needs fuel. Drop comments. Parallels to today? Share your cynical takes. Next, how the Fed fanned the flames of '29. Until then, question authority, fade to voluntary, and always stay free.